Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing great. So in today's video, I'll be reviewing a fragrance from a Thai fragrance house. As this fragrance house is from the land of Thailand and it's called Dusita. So this is the box and the fragrance name is called Erawan. Nice box, nice presentation. So you get a solid box, Dusita, and it opens like this, and this is our fragrance. The presentation is really nice and the fragrance name is called Erawan, kind of a green juice, because this fragrance is all about the color green. This smells very green in the sense not too bitter green, but it has that green aspects. It's not too green. I'll explain in my video like what this smells like. And this fragrance is one of my finds of the year, because this is very uniqueness factor is there, and the likability factor, and also the wearability factor. So when you think about like kind of an artistic niche fragrances, it's very difficult to get all three in one. And this fragrance is the winner of Fifi Fragrance Award in 2018, I believe, in Moscow. And if you don't know, like Fifi Fragrance Award is kind of like an Oscar in the fragrance industry. So this fragrance house is owned by a lady. I think her name is, hope I'm not butchering the name. Her name is Pisara Umavijani, and she's from Thailand. So she's the owner of this brand. So I don't have any other fragrance from this brand. This is the first time I am buying a fragrance from the house of Dusita. And this fragrance, these are not cheap. Like in discounters you can find it for cheap, but the actual price for a 50 ml it will run you around like $180, and 100 ml might be like $200 something. But at discounters you can find this for really good price, like around $60. I paid like around 60 something for a 50 ml. This is a 50 ml bottle. Nice presentation. Of course, for $180 retail they should be giving an amazing presentation. And they also give this this also comes with the box with something written about the fragrance and the owner, name of the owner, etc. Some kind of a history with the notes, everything is mentioned here. So amazing presentation, and I was lucky to grab this for 60 something dollars, that too an award winning fragrance from Thailand that captures the essence of Thailand. There are many fragrances, but this is the one that when I did the research, the fragrance that most stood out. And there is one oud fragrance as well, which is like loved by many people in the community, but that's like too animal kind of a fragrance. And some people hate that fragrance, some people love it. That's called Oud Infini. This is Erawan. So this fragrance is, it gives you the vibe of a jungle safari in Thailand. So if you think about Thailand, like if you think about the greens, the waterfall, and imagine you are on a jungle safari in Thailand, that's the kind of an imagery that this fragrance evokes. And although this fragrance is green, like the green aspect is coming from hay. So this fragrance makes use of hay note, and the hay note is really strong in the opening. So some people might be turned off by the strong hay opening, but this fragrance transitions beautifully from the opening hay notes to a gourmand. So this fragrance falls under the category of neo fougere or gourmand fougere. That's how the company has marketed this fragrance. So if you're a fougere lover, don't expect this fragrance to be kind of like David of Zeno or those kind of a fougere, because this is completely an artistic kind of fougere that starts off green. But to be frank, I can't imagine myself comparing these two kind of a fougere, because in my experience and the fougere fragrance I have experienced is like Calvin Klein's Obsession, David of Zeno, or Bourdain from Tom Ford, all those kinds of fragrance. But this is a different kind of a fougere, or a different take on fougere. So the main notes you get from this fragrance, there are three main notes, that is petitgrain, hay, and vanilla. So this starts off green, but then it becomes towards the mid and in the far dry down it becomes a gourmand scent. Gourmand means it's not like a chocolate or too much a food smelling gourmand. It has a beautiful vanilla note that opens up once it dries down. So imagine something that starts off green and green with the hay note, and then it transitions beautifully from the greenness to a sweet vanilla note, which is very like a kind of a creamy fluffy vanilla. So that's the kind of journey you get with Dusita's Erawan, a highly creative fragrance. And I understand why this fragrance won the award, like for the most creative fragrance, because and that too in the year 2018, when these kind of fragrances, like a fragrance that I mean puts use of the best materials, best raw materials, that transitions from the opening to the mid to the base, and that gives you an olfactive journey. So there is no wonder this fragrance was a recipient of that award. And this fragrance, it captures the essence of Thailand. Like when you think about Thailand, other than the beaches, when you think about the greenness of Thailand, the culture, the elephant is like one of an integral, like an animal in Thailand. So if you think about like a safari, you are going for a safari in Thailand, this is the fragrance that you would want to take with you, because the beautiful hay note. I haven't like smelled hay note in fragrances much, because I don't have any experience with the hay note, other than there is one tobacco fragrance from, I think, the house of Aramis, called Tobacco Reserve. That's the only fragrance that in my experience I have like encountered the hay note. But this fragrance, it's like the quality is next level. Wow. And there is one more fragrance, I think it's from Serge Lutens, it's called Shergui. Many people must have experience with that fragrance. So that also has a hay tobacco note. This one also you get a bit of kind of like a small tobacco mixed with hay in the opening, but it's not like a prominent tobacco fragrance at all. It's mostly green, hay and petitgrain. So petitgrain is like a citrusy green kind of a smell. So that's the main note of this fragrance: hay, petitgrain and vanilla. Very creative fragrance, very artistic fragrance. And in my fragrance journey, at where I'm standing right now, I'm looking more for like unique experiences from fragrances, rather than something that's more there is one section that I love, like mostly wearable fragrances, that's like freshies and stuffs, and there is one side of me that loves artistic and creative fragrances like Erawan. So this satisfies my craving for the artistic niche side. And this is not a fragrance that I would be wearing to get compliments. This is more for a personal experience. If you want a personal enjoyment, to like to be impressed by the creativity, the artistry of fragrance, this is the kind of fragrance you should go for. And this is like an all year round fragrance, but you can also wear it for summer nights, and even in daytime you can wear this, because this is not a heavy fragrance and this is not something that will cause you headache. Very likable, very wearable fragrance, and I use it more for my personal enjoyment. Amazing creativity, and I want to discover more from this fragrance house. I am highly impressed by Erawan from Dusita, and I really look forward for her upcoming works. I have like heard about one fragrance that has been recently launched. It's a gourmand fragrance, I believe, and it's called Tonka Latte. That's the latest fragrance from the house of Dusita to be launched. I think it launched this year. This year from in the Exans. That was a new fragrance that was released. So this fragrance is not a beast mode fragrance. It's like I won't say it's like too intimate, but you will get a very like a soft projection. You can feel the scent for around like 6 to 7 hours. So that's a kind of fragrance, very soothing, very calming, and it kind of gives you like you are in kind of a spa, like a Thai spa. That kind of a calmness and relaxing kind of a vibe you get from Dusita Erawan. So there is nothing like this fragrance, any other fragrance in my collection that I can think of. Amazing artistry. I like the presentation. There's a brand logo here. Amazing house, but like I have been hearing about this fragrance house in my fragrance journey like since I started out, maybe like 3 or 4 years back, this fragrance house had like lot of hype and people were buying stuffs. But at that time, like I didn't have the kind of money to invest in such niche fragrances. And in India, it used to come for a 50 ml. It was like 10,000 rupees at that time. So I was not collecting too much of niche fragrances at that point of my journey. So now I have access to these fragrances, and these are like even widely available in discounters and at good prices. Sometimes you can find it for a really good price. So for the price I paid for this fragrance and the uniqueness and the creativity, amazing. I got it for like one third of the retail price. Like 50 ml goes for 180, I got it for like 60 something, and that's a steal for a creative and amazing fragrance like Erawan. So I highly recommend for people who are looking for more artistic, creative fragrances, not Dior Sauvage or Blue de Chanel. This is something a different league on its own, and so that's I'm really impressed by this fragrance house. And I request you guys, if you have tried any fragrance from this house, do let me know. Let me know what are the other fragrances that I should check out from this brand. Amazing fragrance, creativity, presentation, all fantastic. This is a 10 out of 10 gem in my collection. Erawan from Dusita. Thank you guys. Have a good one.